All right, guys, we are live. Our apologies. There was some miscommunication between Sivo and ourselves, and unfortunately, we received the wrong server info. So as you can see, the match is live. Again, unfortunately, we couldn't get in to see how things developed, but it looks like Leader, my guess, Leader1 won the knife round. It's their CT side start, and you can see that Lunatik kind of bringing it to him right now. They're taking it into the B-bomb site. It's only going to be Natu left alive with a scout in hand, so a bit of a force buy coming in. But this is a best of one. We're in the lower bracket, and we do apologize once again for the technical woes on our end. We're a little bit delayed, as well as we missed a couple rounds. So we're going to try and tighten things up and make sure this doesn't happen again for you guys. So we do apologize once again. But we are here in the first rifle round. Again, Lunatik winning 3 rounds in a row. And if we take a look at, let's see here. Looks like the pistol round was down to 2 players left alive for the T side and Lunatik. The second round was actually fairly close in that looks like they could have force bought on that CT side. They had 1 player saving and 2 players left alive. And then that third round, all 5 still alive. So that's great for the economy of Lunatik. And we can see they're going to be stacking 3 players on this B-bomb site. Our Leader1. Again, this is Zeno. They've been picked up by an organization here. So Leader1. It's going to be their new name coming in, but Natu's going to take down Invert, make it second frag as he takes down Scouts as well. So they're trying to push out long here, but they just got completely stuffed, and now the bomb's down. They've smoked off their entrance along as well. So you can see here that Drossel is wanting to push the smoke to grab this bomb here, and he is going to peek around, and he does not get the better out of that trade, as but the Fender is going to be able to find a frag there. Tivu will trade. So it's 2v4 here. But they have the bomb down way out long with only 50 seconds. Drake's going to come in to help out Tivu. But a pretty good hold right now. The only issue that I'm seeing is that they do only have Natu playing. Okay, they actually have Cross coming in from behind. So they do have a bit of a crossfire. But once Natu goes down to Tivu, now a bit of an opening. But only 30 seconds. So Tivu has to do something quickly here. He looks like he's just going to continue up to this A-bomb site. Pretty much all he has time for. But Cross is going to come in and finish the round. So a nice way for the CTs to kind of bring things back to not even ground, as it's 3-1. But after this round, if they can take it, you should have Lunatik on the eco. And again, I am Sprawl by my side. Laser, are you in the action here?
Oh yeah, ready to go.
All right.
Little mishap at the beginning, missed the beginning. I only caught the tail end of that round. But Leader1, they had some late aggression down the long, and instead of just giving them the bomb and walking away with their lead, I kind of like the aggression there. It's risky, but the way they did the pop flash, pretty safe. But this round, we see Lunatik trying to put Leader1 right back on the save here. We got a swing round underway, and Lunatik just creeping up towards the B here. They are set up at short. They want to try to boost up. For the CTs here, they are spotting it out. Oh, Engelbert goes down. That is a good boost by Drake. And the way Engelbert peeked it was pretty dangerous. He was peeking with a nade out and everything, trying to punish him. And now here comes Lunatik into the B site. Already got the opening pick. Ender smoked off inside of the heavens. He's got to get in there to assist his teammate. He does just that. Peeking down below. His teammate goes down. It's only Ender. And everybody's going to go down for Leader1. I really like the smokes right there. An excellent take by Lunatik.
Not too left in a 1v4. You can see he's just going to be saving out long. So not the round that Leader1 was looking for. As Lunatik now resets their money pretty much. As Natu, again, he will be able to save his good nade set. He's got a smoke, 2 flashes, head armor, a kit. He's got everything he needs as long as he stays alive. And he is actually walking into a pretty dangerous location here, as you can see the Drossel's lurking around, but Drossel's actually down to 7 HP, so Natu sneezes on him, and he's gonna go down.
Gross.
And, yeah, it's pretty gross. Cooties, no fun.
90 miles an hour right here, man.
What's that?
A sneeze comes out at 90 miles an hour. I don't know. I remember it from my childhood during some random fact during a cartoon. I don't know. It stuck with me.
There you go. There you go. Learn something new. 90 miles an hour and a sneeze. I do not want to take one of those in the face, as 4-1. Leader1, again, they need to come back a little bit here, as Lunatik, they have a comfy lead on the T side. And we've kind of learned that the common scoreline here is about 9-6 for the CT side. That's usually the standard. No team's going to feel kind of bad in terms of if you're getting 6 on the T side, 9 on that CT side. So Lunatik already 4 rounds in their favor, and Invert takes down 2 as they push up short, and Natu goes down. That was the rifle that was brought into this round, so they are going to try and do a little bit of economic damage here are the CTs, but not able to get anything done. It's only going to be Fender left alive. And again, he's going to be coming down the stairwell, but it's looking a little bit bleak for him as all the terrorists, Invert's the lowest one. So they're going to keep him probably safely kept away as they don't want him to go down. Actually, Fender, though, able to grab this M4A1S, so a little bit of...
Scouts knows it, too.
Oh, yeah, looks like he's going to be coming around the corner, but, ooh, it's actually going to be Invert that goes down. Scouts, though, with the flick over, takes down Fender. So they're not able to save that weapon, only losing Invert. Good round comes in. Good anti-eco from the T side.
Yeah, and Leader1 might have to think about a double eco even. Their money is not looking too good. You could argue for a force buy because they need to start putting some rounds together, but I like the decision to just buy up just a tad. And then, ooh, shanking his teammate in the back. That is not okay. Who just did that? That is not a good start to the round. Looks like it was Engelbert.
What a guy.
Is the suspect, but man, a stack for Leader1. They try to rush the fountain. Everybody from Lunatic went towards B, and that's just what happens, man. You make a bad guess, and now you got to retake.
Exactly, and they're gonna try and come down through the stairwell and flank, but Kivu in a good spot to fend this off. He's actually gonna get dropped very low, but he's playing a nice headshot angle. It's gonna make a very difficult. Oh, and they're actually boosting over as well. What a defense from the T side as Kivu's just kind of hiding in the sewers there. I think he took down one, but then that boost comes in, and yeah, they basically just took them all down as they funneled out through that squeaky door. So another good round comes in for Lunatic, and they're looking pretty dominant thus far. Those last 3 rounds, they only lose a single player in round 5 and 6, and they lose no one in that last round. So their economy, it's skyrocketing right now. Leader1, they need to do something about this now.
Yeah, and the scary thing is as well for Leader1, Lunatics only had to play with rifles. Invert, one of the main strengths of Lunatic, was AWP. We haven't seen that yet. They haven't even had to use it. Now Leader1, after going for that double save, a big round for them. They do whip out the op for Ender, and unfortunately for him, everybody of Lunatic is on the B site. Really not worried about the flank as Lunatic, but they know Leader1 is in a pretty desperate situation, so don't have to worry too much about that. But here they come into the B bomb site. We do have 3 here for Leader1, so they got a good chance to defend this. Nobody's coming up to short for Lunatic, so everybody's trying to come out the long. A couple flashbangs, real effective now. Lunatic does trade out in the site, however, and now the flank comes in. L1 looking to take their second round here, only draw soul up. But for Lunatic, it's not so bad. They learned that Leader1 is stacking 3B early on, or at least they do that sometimes. And now Lunatic can bust out the op on Invert and give Leader1 an entirely different look.
Exactly. No, it's not a terrible round for Lunatic as they come into that B bomb site. And like you said, they learn a little bit, and actually they opt to not get that AWP out. So not wanting to play with that just yet, but interesting. I think it was Drossel. He threw a Molotov into the far side pit in B where there's a lot of water there, and Engelbert almost burned to death. I think he thought that the water would keep him safe, but those Molotovs burn right on top of that water. It's funny how that works. And he almost got dropped purely because of that. So I've never actually seen a portion of a map where it burns and there is water there. But that's, I guess, not part of the game where they would just go out. They only go out to smoke. So interesting. As I assumed as much, but I've never actually seen it directly get dropped into water. But unless T's move it up mid. You can see the way that the CTs are playing A. They put no defense up early on, and luckily for them, they're hitting hella shots. These guys are coming out to the front of the site. 4 frags coming for the CT side. Tivu's left in a 1v5 here. It'd be nice to take away a weapon, but this is great for the CT side. They get through 2 rounds. 8th round, they only lost 1 player. In that 9th round, they get through flawlessly. So already their economy looking pretty darn good.
Yeah, on the verge of breaking Lunatic's bank finally after this will be 3 needed to bust that bank wide open. And now Leader1 looking to develop the momentum of their own. 9-6 doesn't sound too bad, but Lunatic early on getting all those rounds in before Leader1 can finally get their holds together. Damage already in there. Now Lunatic again going towards B. They are splitting it majority from short. Oh, actually everybody's trying to cover from short. Dixon all alone. Leader1 goes down, and now the take begins, but they're slowing it down. Interesting. They are trying to watch the flank. Down goes Knox and Timber. Codes it up. And now this puts Leader1 in a bit of a disadvantage because they wanted to steal that momentum back in their favor. They sacrifice a player, but it looks like Prost through the wall onto Invert. And now Lunatic's going to be rotating back towards A. Only one there for Leader.
Yeah, Drake's going to be left at short B here as the other T's are going to move up mid towards A. But it looks like Fender might spot this out as there's going to be smoke coming down in front sight. And Fender misses a crucial shot there, and that lets the T's know where the AWP is currently sitting on the map. As they could have guessed, as Fender shut them down pretty good last time they were trying to push onto that A bomb site. So they realize he's still there. You can see they rotate back around to B. He was just making a lot of noise at A, and Drake takes down Engelbert. So that's a big frag. They smoke off Heaven. Now retake scenario. 3v2 as it's going to be both Fender and Prost. They're going to have to come out through the bottom of through the stairwell and such as, yeah, you can't peek from Heaven when it's fully smoked off like that. And those Molotovs going to hold them off even longer. They do have kits, but playing a really nice triangle here. Unfortunately, though, they lose scouts. Drake, though, perfect refrag. And now Fender left into a position where he's just going to save. So good round comes out for Lunatic as it's looking pretty good there for Leader1 up until, obviously, this round now comes in and Lunatic now back in their winning ways.
Yeah, let's check out the money of Leader1 here. They are going to have enough to buy thanks to holding on to some guns, but this next round's big. I mean, if Leader1 don't win this next round, Lunatic's going to pull away way ahead on their terrorist side, and that's a very difficult thing to have in your mind coming into the second half, and now knowing you have to have an amazing terrorist side at half win. The map generally favors the other side. So Leader1, if they don't take this one, they are in danger. Big time. See this setup. Like he said, they haven't been aggressing the bathrooms at all. Want to try towards long, but Lunatic just headstrong towards B once more. Leader1 again has 3 in the bomb site. Lunatic now favoring going out the main entrance.
Oh, Engelbert.
No. Engelbert, T-Boo both get one apiece. Now just one chilling in the bomb site short, but Prost stays alive here. Brings it to a 3-on-3, and that's just what Leader needs to stay in this.
And Prost is going to be rotating around from short as he's smoked off. He's going to meet up with Drossel on one of the pipes and gets the better end of things, but drop down very low. Not able to get anything else done, and then there's Fender up. He's going to be jumping out of Heaven. He's got one player already inside of the site, and he takes down Scouts at the back. Oh, and Invert gets dropped down by the AWP. They've got a kit, so this will be another CT round, but Lunatic with 7 rounds on their T side so far. Again, we were talking 9-6 was pretty standard, so the fact that they're at 7 and round 11 just went by, they're feeling all right. They're feeling all right because now Leader1, pressure is all on them. They need to be basically winning out the rest of this half. Lunatic, they'll be all right whether or not they get any more rounds. Obviously, they're planning on getting more, hoping to get more, but it really is much more pressure on the CT side.
And they're going to buy, too. We do have a pause, so I can talk about this for a bit longer than I'm sure most of you want. But what Lunatic is doing here with their force buy, Leader1 is in a position where they could force buy even if this round is lost. So Lunatic has already done significant damage in the round count. So by buying up here, they're losing some of the impact that their next buy round is going to have. It's not going to be stocked fully, and unless they double save and everything. But I just don't like the force buy here. They're sacrificing what could be a better chance at 1 or 2 rounds, and instead giving Leader1 a big chance to finish off the half here. By one big stuff here, Lunatic's going to let Leader1 get everything they want, and that's when Leader1 can have a better chance of a comeback. But by Lunatic buying here, unless they win this round, I don't like the decision.
Yeah, that's fair. And to their defense, they are able to get 3 AKs and 2 Tech 9. If the Tech 9s were any worse, I would say it's not a great buy, but they're keeping the pressure on. Like you said, though, they could have saved a little bit more, and maybe even, like you were saying earlier, shown a new look with Invert getting an AWP on the field if they save a little bit more. So some tactics that may be left out as they're going for this, but here comes the B-Bust, and already with that Tech 9 doing work, first one of the site is Drake. He takes down a single CT. That's a good thing for the Tech 9 player. He also finds a frag as well. They still have 1 to deal with inside of the pit. They're Prost down to 3 HP. Not going to have a sizable amount to get done. It's actually Fender that's coming up with big frags here. 2 with the AWP. Make it 3. It's only 2 left alive. 1v2. He's got Natu behind him on short. And then Fender up in Heaven. So they've got a decent crossfire on him. And yeah, Tuvu will go down as Natu finally gets a little bit more aggressive off short. So the round does not turn into a victory for the Lunatic. It started off all right with that Tech-9 going in first, and there is definitely some benefits to having that Tech-9 go in first, because that person literally doesn't need to stop running. So he can gather so much intel, whereas anybody with a rifle needs to plant their feet.
Yeah, just on wheels with that gun. Don't have to stop. But what I want to say with the Lunatic Force there, I'm not sure if it's entirely because they didn't have a lot of money, but with that Force, they didn't have a smoke up in the window, and that was their demise entirely that round. And that could have been the difference, but here we go. Lunatic rushing straight up the fountain into the bathroom area, now taking into the A-bomb site, where only one player is in wait. That's Ender. Needs to come up big once more, but Lunatic now slowing down, waiting for the flank. Leader1 has been flanking quite often, so Lunatic trying to set him up there. Nobody's biting for Leader1. Ender, first one into the bomb site. He's looking for more. Looking for another huge round with that AWP. But Lunatic still staying stationary near the stairs. Only one man now flanking. But the real fight is going to be incoming towards B.
On that flash, almost white screen Fender enough that TV could get a couple shots onto him. But you could see the icon above his head wasn't completely white screened. So, prompts to Fender for still hitting that shot, as that could be Lunatic's ticket back into this round, as dropping an AWP in that A site would have been pretty darn good for them. But it's going to be Scouts playing at the stairwell. They've got Drossel with an M4 on his back, as well as Invert with a bomb. So they're going to be taken towards B. You can see that the setup's pretty decent here. And Prost's going to start things off from the Toxic Barrel, and ended pretty quickly there as Prost took down both of them. Coming out from long, and then Engelbert with one on short. So another round comes in for Leader1. Their CT side, it's definitely, it's not great that they've let Lunatic get so many rounds, but they're definitely putting up enough defense that I could see the possibility of them doing some work on their T side as well. I don't think, like, the odds for this match, for example, were 71% to 29. On a map like this, I don't know. I feel like Lunatic definitely the favorite, but Leader1 can still make some stuff happen here, as got a good amount of rounds on their CT half. If they could finish strong here with an 8-7, definitely anything could happen after the T-pistol.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Leader1 to make a judgment on how good the odds were, but they are bringing it back. There's hope. They're just wishing, you know, if they only could have stabilized earlier, and we would have had a different match. But wow, Scouts, was that through the wall? Oh my, just spamming right through it. Domed them twice in a row, and now Lunatic with two to the site already. Leader1 barely had a chance to fight back. Now Dixon all alone. Ender likely going to be smoked off into heaven. Already taking an alternate route, but he needs to get there quick. His teammate stuck in the water all alone. Dixon trying to prevent the plant. Somebody jumps on top of him, gets the first one. That Scout's down. Bomb is allowed to be planted. Ender entirely smoked off. Down goes Dixon, and now just Natu and Ender remain. It is a 2-on-3. Ender thinking about rerouting towards heaven. They're having two different ideas here. Need to save, definitely, but now Natu wants to go for this. Envert out of position. Now his teammate's making the call. You know, come back. I'm going for this. He already has no bullets left, and look at the miscommunication there. That's the second time I've seen it happen when the team isn't on the same page on who is saving and who isn't. And both those times, Ender has been the guy that was, you know, out of position. But you can't blame him for wanting to save that AWP. Minor miscommunication issue.
Now 6-8 as Lunatic, they're able to get another round in. That's going to guarantee their half win, as we're in the last round. It could be 9-6 for Lunatic, and that would be fantastic for them, as well as Leader1 could get their 7th round. Still in a bit of a bad spot, but again, they've made it a close half here. And 9-6 is what we were saying is pretty standard, so 8-7, it's not bad. Leaves a little bit more to be sought after on your CT half, but here we go, as it is going to be a bit of a B focus here once again. Pushing up short, and they're going to be doing a boost on the Leader1 side, but Leader1 goes down, gets a little bit of damage on 2 players. But they're going to be trying to move up to this B-bomb site fairly quickly, as Invert's pushing from the long pipe here. That Molotov actually doing some good work on Toxic Barrels. Dixon actually received some damage, even though he just slightly backed into it. So some good site control before they even get in, but it looks like the CTs are holding, as Fender finds one, Prost one as well, and they're going to be rotating out here. Tivu's going up back to mid, and that Scouts is shortly behind him, so they might actually find a situation where it's only going to be Natu on side of the site.
Yeah, they are correct. The bomb isn't with Tivu, though, so now it's a 1-on-3 with Scouts. He knows one's in the site, and likely one is on the rotate. Waiting for the rotate. Oh, good job by Leader1. Both peeking at the same time. Good teamwork. And that's going to be 7-8. So Leader1 firing back a bit in the end. just a little bit too late for them to claim the half. And that was a different CT side of overpass that we're not really used to. We see teams aggress the bathroom so often, and it's such a key point in the map, but Leader 1 was just so content to sit back and let him have it. So it's no real surprise to me that Lunatic got so many rounds the way Leader 1 was playing their CT. Just not enough looks.
Yeah, so second half about to go live here, and once again, guys, match brought to you by Zowie Gear. If you guys need some new peripherals for some FPS gaming, or any gaming to be honest with you, but certainly for Counter-Strike, FK Series, some of the best mice you can get. Check out ZowieGear.com, and you can find yourself one of those. As again, pistol round now live. We can see Drossel's got a nade. They've got 3 armor on the CT side. Scouts, will see what he decides to pick up. So no kid on the field. Interesting from the CT side, going the frag route.
This is so important for Leader 1, man.
It really is. As we've got Dixon and Engelbert, they're going to have armor, but they have a Molotov that's going to go down at Toxic Barrels, so it's going to put them a little bit out of position, but Drake and Scouts just lining them out perfectly as that nade. Oh, that was a fantastic one coming out from Scouts. 2 frags for him, and then Drake with 1 as well. TV will end the round onto Natu, and wow, what a shutdown.
Yeah, it looked really scary. The first guy that peeked into lower had a good lineup, had a bunch of heads in his crosshair, couldn't connect onto anybody but the nade. Slowed Leader 1 down, allowed Lunatic to position, and from there, just a whole bunch of dead bodies funneling out of the tunnel. And Drossel, oh yeah.
Here it is, the Nova, man, the Nova.
He's got it.
I do like the idea, though, that Molotov that takes away a player at Toxic Barrel. That's actually a pretty good way to rush in a B, but that nade just screwed everything for them.
Yeah, it gives him a chance not to peek. Oh, Drossel doesn't get a kill with a shotgun. This is something we're not used to. Sassing this guy rarely goes down, even on force buys, just taking out, you know, anybody with that. But L1 now, 2 frags. Now thinking about rushing into B. The rotate's a little bit late, so Leader 1 could get a good position on here. Drossel's shotgun still up for the T side. And now another gun pushing loose by the terrorist side. This is crazy. Now 2 rushes into the spawn. What a round by Leader 1. What an answer.
Yeah, this has been crazy. Tivu's left at 38 HP, and they're still hunting for him, and they take him down. Natu is just out for blood, a 4K with his Tech 9. And that was pretty ruthless. They come in through the stair set. Yeah, they find Drossel. But the other frags were simply Invert, for example. He was booking it out of mid, trying to get back into the A site, and just merely didn't realize that they were that close up. You could see as soon as he leaves the bathroom area, he looks to his right, and there's a Tech 9 just literally staring at him. It takes him down, and the rotate was a little bit late on that A site. They take in, and all the frags go the way of the T's. So we've got an interesting match here on our hands, as now CT's thrown back into eco territory, and interesting to see. CTs are opting to save, no force at all, as it's only going to be Drake with a CZ. They've got two P250s and 2 USPSs, so interesting round coming in, as there should be another one coming out from Leader 1.
Yeah, but I love the stacks from Lunatic here. They do have a good amount of numbers to try to hold this off, but they're not peeking together at long. They only had 1 guy peeking long and 2 guys waiting really passive. This is a trap. It's kind of like when you're on Banana, you sacrifice 2 guys down Banana and then keep the rest in the site on Inferno, but doesn't pay off for Lunatic. Wait a minute. Yes, it does. Invert and Drossel 1 apiece, and they're able to collect a gun. Invert now looking to help his teammates. Gets his frag. Oh, just barely looks away. Dixon saves the round. Only Drossel with the P250 here. He's got to hit ahead immediately. Leader 1 now grouping up, playing together. And I don't know if they know where Drossel is here. Ender was peeking it. I think they do, yeah. Ender's still leery of the stairs. But Drossel here, if he could take down Ender, we might have a round.
Yeah, he's going to have his knife out, though, just booking it for bomb site B. Fender waiting for him inside of the stairwell. Not going to work out, but a very expensive round for the T side. At first, that looked a little bit not great for Lunatic there. But yeah, after they're able to make some trades happen. Very close round and an expensive one. There's only 2 Ts left alive. So they are on a double eco. So we can see, ooh, they're going to drop a note. Are they going to drop it for Drossel? Ooh, Scouts. He wants his turn. He's going to grab a Nova of his own, and he's actually playing a really sneaky angle here. And you have to keep your pistol out until they actually come up close enough, and then he'll switch to his Nova, as it's a little bit lengthy in terms of barrel length. But they've got a nice crossfire here. It's going to be Drake and Tivu. And I lied. Scouts is way off in the semi-truck area with the boost. So I lied. I was thinking that he was scouts there, but nonetheless, they got a good A stack.
Yeah, I like this. It's a little tricky. And Leader 1, if they don't probe into B and just hit A, they're running into a lot of danger. But we'll see what they opt to do, and they're working up towards A. If they don't send anybody into B, that's a bit of a mistake. You want to at least show some presence over there. Ender is priming up a smoke, so I think that's all we're going to be seeing towards the B side, and then doesn't go with the smoke. Very interesting stuff over here at B, but is anybody from Lunatik going to rotate? Oh man, one Molotov makes everybody fall off their position. That is not good for Lunatik here. They still have this scouts with a shotgun, but when he's rotating, I don't see anything happening for Lunatik here.
Yeah, scouts going for the jumping Nova, and it'll be Tivu to actually finish off Fender. And that, honestly, that's a little unfortunate as Scouts was pretty close to getting that frag himself. He was a little bit out of reach, but you can see the difference. If Scouts gets the frag, he gets $900. If they get the frag with the pistol, it's only $300. So a big difference there. As now the CT's in a situation where they were caught way out of position. They were primed perfectly for this A take. And like you said, the one Molotov, they hear it in the distance, and they go running. Eevee, though, takes down Dixon, making it a little expensive. Scouts comes out, takes down Engelberg. That's not a bad frag at all. Getting $900 in his pocket. He tries to get a little bit more done. Tivu's just going to opt to save. Can't really blame him there. And Drake with a CZ75, he's going to get one on the exit, so he gets a weapon of his own. So great round comes in as that's an excellent save from Lunatik.
Yeah, what looked to be just a feeble effort after coming in after losing the A site by getting juked by Molotov. Lunatik recovers, brings 2 AKs in, making it expensive. Leader 1, of course, did win the round, but an expensive one. And we do have now a swing round. So Lunatik here, key point in the match. Are they going to allow Leader 1 to have a good shot at a comeback, or does it end here? Invert. Finally, we see him bust out the op over here, and it is towards A. Gonna see some action here at the fountain. See if he can bring heat some more. We've seen the man do some crazy things with the first shot of the match with that. So now Leader knows. It's a big deal early on in the round to get that intel where the op is and who it is in all likelihood. Lunatik with a bit of a stack over towards the A bomb site. Just keep an invert here. We've seen them do this before. Invert just playing the very lengthy spots. Going to get the call off as soon as possible. And Lunatik very confident in him to go for this sort of setup.
He's slowly working up mid. They've left one near the tracks, and that's going to be Dixon, just making sure that there's no one flanking behind them, as well as not to inside of the stairwell. Just posted up at some angles and making sure that the CTs are pretty in the dark, and that's exactly what's going on right now. The CTs, when you're not using aggressive kind of lines of defense on overpass and you're just playing sites like the A site, you get very little intel on what the T's are doing. And now that the smoke comes in, Invert goes down. This is looking like a really good take here for Leader 1 as they need to rotate some players in. Drake's the only one left up to defend as his teammates go down. Luckily for Lunatik, though, he's coming up big. Can he get a third one here? He won't be able to, but leaves a good amount of time for the rotate to come in. You're also coming in from Bank. And we've got Tivu on the stairs. He's going to jump up onto the green garbage bin here, and Drossel opens up with a 2-on-2. They need to take down Engelbert inside of the site. Drossel fights Dixon, and he gets both of them. What a play by Drossel as he finishes the last one off with a USPS. Great round for Lunatik on that rotate. And again, props to Drake. That was... I would say as much as Drossel had a beautiful way to end the round with those frags, Drake, the fact that he's able to get 2 and just fend them off a little bit longer for that rotate, the whole reason that set up Drossel in the beginning.
Yeah, it was just 2 parts to that clutch. First, Drake coming in with a big hole, and Drossel playing it so casually. He took 3 1-versus-1s and won every single one of them. And albeit the second kill, a little lucky, but sometimes you need a little luck to win those kind of rounds. He did spray away at the headshot spot, was able to take out, I believe it was Prost, but hold that spot. Here we go, Leader 1 into B. They're going to switch up the tempo, take that momentum right back, but not being allowed by Lunatik. 2 frags their way. Leader 1 still cannot even traverse into the bomb site, and that's almost a flawless round as Dixon goes down. Lunatik establishing themselves at the bomb site.
They certainly are. Scouts only player going down an Invert. I didn't actually look at the score sheet. Invert only has 5 frags, and that's pretty unlike him. He's usually one of the standout players, but at the moment, and you can see him with that AWP in hand, if he's not hitting shots, it's actually a very large investment for him not getting any frags. So that first time, that round 2 rounds ago, where they had him holding that A bomb site, and he got dropped immediately. Again, more credit to Drake, as it should have been easier for him if Invert gets any frags at all, but wasn't able to. So we'll see if he can find some success here, but needs to be very careful. Or Drake and mid with Tivu, and they both get dropped. Wow, just the mid pressure. They're able to overwhelm the players. And again, now Invert needs to come up big. He finds one. He's playing from the stair set.
There we go.
What a good second shot on Lunatik. They're getting the bomb planted. Invert with a third. Can he find the fourth? He will. What a round for Invert. The only downside is it's only $100 a kill, so it's not great for the economy that he gets all those. But at the same time, he means no other CTs will go down.
I think he heard you bashing on him, Chad.
Exactly. He's just like, oh, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up Spa here.
Right. He had enough. And that's a big confidence booster for him. They're nearly doubling up his kills. He would have doubled them if he got the ace. But and the shots he hit were pretty flicky.
They were nice.
All over the place. He didn't line any of them up. It was all flick shots from Invert in the end. And now let's see if he's going to opt for some more aggression. His last aggression towards the fountain wasn't too aggressive, but now he's feeling himself. Going to peek out the fountain. Anybody home? Going to get mated a bit. Misses his opportunity, and his teammate goes down in the stairs. And now Invert's thinking about contesting stairs. That's a mistake. But he didn't think he could get out of there in time. And now Leader1 has a good entrance to A site.
Yeah, 3 players rushing up mid right now. Invert and Drossel stuck in spectator mode as bringing the bomb in here. Tivu, though, massive frag onto Engelbert. And now he needs to be wary that there's a player coming around to flank and bank, and that's going to be Natu, as he actually finds his way back up the stairwell. He's trying to find someone on the bomb site here. Dixon's waiting for a flank to come in, and there we go. Natu blindsides Tivu. No damage done, so it is a clean 2v2 here. Both sides with almost full HP. Drake's already pushed up inside a bank. Natu had to get the bomb. I think it was on top of the box there. He jumped up. That's going to be Drake's ticket to a frag and a 2v1. So only Dixon left alive, and he's going to be hunting around, finds scouts, but Drake with the refrag. Drake comes up big once again.
I like that by Lunatik. Ball peeking right away for the refrag, and already Dixon there in the end did not believe that both of them were going to be at that spot. And now Leader1 pretty upset with that loss based upon the voice comms. But that's how it goes sometimes with the bomb. It got dropped on top of the box. Somebody in their last dying breath just threw it up there. Yeah. But Leader1, they want to go for the force buy. They know Lunatic's economical situation isn't the greatest. They've been getting a bunch of kills all alone. Is that Tivu? Okay, he's got to get out of there. He might be able to get around the corner. Oh, and he does. Now he's going to allow his teammates time to rotate in. But Tivu still has a little bit of work to do before his teammates get there. Now rushing in. Leader1 with the opener. Looking for scouts as well. Playing the back of the site. Looks like Lunatic's going to be able to hang on to this. The bomb has been planted. But once again, this is a force buy. Ender going for the W. Down to a 1-on-2. Ender could do this. Down to 1-on-1. Invert. Lone man. He has an AWP. And the P250 trying to sneak up. Those locations being compromised.
Wow.
Gets the frag anyways. Oh, Leader1 desperately needed that. And now they're in a position where now they got the bomb down. So they are going to be able to buy it fully. But Lunatik, that was a big one. They couldn't have lost one. Otherwise, had to save. And Leader1 letting that one go. That could have been the match right then and there.
Definitely couldn't. It could have been, as now Lunatik on 14. 2 more to close this out. They've been looking damn solid on their CT half. That being said, there has been the last 2 rounds down to a single CT. So we see those rounds go Leader1's way, and we've got a whole different match on our hands here. So Lunatik finding those tiny advantages, which are allowing them to win these rounds, and that's Counter-Strike for you. You got to find any tiny advantage you can. But there's Natu finding an advantage onto Drake, as first frag comes in the T's favor. Now where do they go with things? They're going to be coming up mid, and at the moment, there's actually no one on this A bomb site. Tivu's going to be rotating in, but they preemptively put a lot of players on B. Invert's going to drop Dixon as he peeks out towards the tracks area at B. The rest of the T's, though, again, still in mid and long A. So they are going to be besieging this A site. At least it looks that way. They could definitely fake things off as the stairwell. They haven't necessarily cleared it, but they can rotate pretty quickly. Invert, though, opens up with another frag. Tivu follows it up. This is looking not so hot here, as it's only 2 T's left alive. And they're pushing up long, but Drossel and Invert take them down. Big round comes in as Lunatik find their 15th.
Yep. All of Leader1 lie dead pushing daisies. And now on to the last chance. Leader1, where do they want to bring this? It's real unfortunate for them that they couldn't win a couple of those key clutch rounds. Could have put Lunatic on the save. Now, got to win 5 in a row just to get overtime. See how Lunatic wants to play this. They are heading over towards the B side with a lot of players, and they're stacking B. A pretty big gamble here, but Tibu is pushed up in the bathrooms. He's got a bunch of T's closing in on his location. He's got a lot of work to do. Lunatic already with a good start. Over towards B, take the first player down, and I don't like this from Leader1. They're taking way too long. If that was a fake, the A players needed to come a lot sooner. Tibu sneaking around the bathroom, gets 1, 2. Finally, the trade comes through for Leader1, but Invert is there. Oh, and that should be the edge. Straight Sun ends the match. Takes out Ender, 16-10. Leader1 didn't look too bad, but just a couple key rounds, Lunatic took it.
Exactly, those small minor advantages, and Lunatic finds the better of them. So 16-10, Lunatic will move on in our lower bracket. And that is going to be it for tonight, guys. And Lunatic with that win, they've